Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Bringing you top stories from across the world and stories here at home. You're watching the National News Telecast. Coming to you live from the news studios of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, I am Sonal Parnavithana.
And I'm Kasini Balachandra Adhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines of tonight.
President Anura Kumara Dissanayake warmly welcomed on arrival in the United Arab Emirates. President ready to address 2025 World Leaders Summit. World Bank offers another $50 million for their education modernization project. Speedy restoration of faulty power plants at the Norachole is in progress. Power cut of 1.5 hours today and tomorrow. Sigiriya has been crowned the world's most welcoming city for 2025 by Booking.com. Odyssey train services from today. Analysts say a trade war between USA and China has erupted. Well, taking a look at your local stories for tonight. Problems in the Norachole Lakvijay power plant arose when the automatic protocol system disconnected all 3 generators suddenly, and the restoration process is being carried out by now.
Therefore, the Ceylon Electricity Board has announced that island-wide power cuts will be implemented today and tomorrow for 1.5 hours each. Today as well as tomorrow, with areas divided into 4 zones to manage the power supply system. The above decision has been taken due to the sudden power outage occurred yesterday at the Norachole Lakvijay power plant. According to the CEB, the 1.5-hour power outage will occur between 3:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. affecting the entire island.
Now this refers to the total blackout that happened yesterday at about 11:13 in the morning. Yesterday being Sunday with very minimum amount of load connected to the system, the power system was at a very weakened state. At that time, there was about 800 megawatt of solar being connected and another 730 plus megawatt of other power plants connected to the system. However, the amount of solar that is connected to the system is not visible. We cannot see as to how much solar is being generated because it's not connected to the system. The other power plants, Norachole and everything, was running, and that was about 735 megawatt. At this particular incident, a disturbance took place in the 30 kV grid area on the bus bar, and the transformer, 30 kV transformer, 132 30 kV transformer tripped. Because of that, the voltage dropped drastically, a phenomena called voltage collapsed, that resulted in certain generation like solar power connected to that area being disconnected from the system. Because of that, the frequency came down very rapidly. As you all know, in a power system, you always need to balance the generation and the demand. That way we keep the frequency within a certain narrow band. But the frequency came down, and because of that, all 800 megawatt of solar power, which is not visible to the system control center, they got cut off. And suddenly the frequency went further down, then the Norachole finally tripped. Therefore, the grid was collapsed. So it's very difficult to balance the demand and the generation. So in that, we have started the demand side management system. So there we are compelled to curtail power from today, from 3:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. And certain area will have maximum 1.5 hour power shortage. And CB is trying to minimize that in the days to come.
President Anura Kumara Dissanayake, who arrived in the UAE for a 3-day official visit, was warmly welcomed at the Dubai International Airport by the State Minister of Foreign Affairs of the UAE, Dr. Thani bin Ahmed Al Ziyudi, and several other state representatives. President Dissanayake departed from Sri Lanka today for a 3-day official visit to the United Arab Emirates at the invitation of the UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. During this visit, President Dissanayake is scheduled to address the 2025 World Government Summit in Dubai. The President engaged in this tour from today to the 13th of this month. Acting Ambassador Takshila Arnolda, Sri Lankan Consular General for Dubai and Northern Emirs Alex Gunasekara and representatives of the Sri Lanka Embassy in the UAE were present at the airport to welcome the President. The President is scheduled to meet the Chief Executive Officer of the Master Investment Holdings and nephew of the Sheikh of Ras Al Khaimah Sheikh Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Qasimi. They focus attention on strengthening economic and investment cooperation between Sri Lanka and the UAE. The President will also take part in a banquet organized at the Future Museum in Dubai. The primary objective of the World Government Summit is to foster a global dialogue by bringing together world leaders in a single forum to discuss futuristic approaches, technological innovations and other key topics. The summit serves as a platform for nations to exchange knowledge on current global challenges, emerging trends and new opportunities. Representatives from over 150 countries and more than 4,000 participants are expected to attend the event. In addition to attending the summit, President Dissanayake is set to hold bilateral discussions with heads of states and government leaders from several participating countries. A bilateral meeting between President Anurakkumara Dissanayake and the UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan is also scheduled, with the Sri Lankan government anticipating enhanced cooperation between the two nations across multiple sectors. Furthermore, during his visit, President Dissanayake is expected to meet with UAE Vice President and Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. To attract investments to Sri Lanka, President Dissanayake will engage in discussions with top executives from leading global corporations in sectors such as information technology, artificial intelligence, energy, tourism, finance and media. Meanwhile, acting ministers have been appointed for 3 ministries under the purview of the President. Accordingly, Deputy Minister Eranga Weeraratne has been appointed as the Acting Minister of Digital Economy. Deputy Minister Aruna Jayasekara is the Acting Minister of Defence. Minister Dr. Anil Jayantha Fernando has been appointed as the Acting Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. Also, Deputy Minister Arun Hemachandra has been appointed as the Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, which is overseen by Minister Vijay Herath, who is also accompanying the President on his official visit.
The World Bank has agreed to provide an additional grant of $50 million for the educational modernization project in Sri Lanka. Following a discussion regarding the project proposals, the World Bank expressed its consent for this grant. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, World Bank Manager for Sri Lanka, and the Maldives, Gergov Sarkans, Secretary to the Minister of Education, Nalak Kaluveva, and several others were present at this discussion. They focused attention on the teacher training development and reorganization of infrastructure in education. It is also expected to update its curriculum and reorganize in the examination system. Both parties agreed to enhance help the immunity of school children, establishing gender equality and to provide library facilities with digital technology for the subjects of English and mathematics. Meanwhile, Executive Director of the IMF, Dr. Krishnamurthy Subramaniam, met Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya today at the Prime Minister's office. At this discussion, they focused special attention on many issues, including Sri Lanka's tax policy, productive management of tax income, and enhancing efficiency of state sector. The Prime Minister also clarified on the government's future development agenda. Alternative Executive Director of the IMF, Dr. P.K.G. Harishchandra, Prime Minister's Secretary Pradeep Saputantri, and several others were present at this discussion.
4 have been killed in a bus accident occurred at Thorayaya area along the Kurunegala-Dambulla main road this morning. It is reported that 28 passengers have been injured. The accident occurred when a private bus travelling from Maduroya to Colombo and another private bus travelling from Malsiripura to Kurunegala knocked into each other. When the bus started from Malsiripura remained stopped at the Thorayaya bus halting place, the bus came to Maduroya has knocked the bus from behind. Police said that the accident occurred since that bus couldn't control its excessive speed. One bus has veered off the road and knocked on a tree. The 4 deceased passengers and majority of the injured were travelling in the Maduroya bus at the time of the incident. Among the dead are women and 3 males. According to the police, condition of some injured admitted to the Kurunegala hospital is serious.
Sri Lanka's Sigiriya has been crowned the world's most welcoming city for 2025 by Booking.com based on over 360 million of its verified customer reviews. According to the details provided by the website, over 360 million verified customer reviews on Booking.com have searched information about Sigiriya. Located in the heart of Sri Lanka's cultural triangle, Sigiriya is a must-see destination that seamlessly combines natural splendor with deep history. The iconic Sigiriya Rock Fortress, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offers breathtaking views and highlights the architectural brilliance of ancient Sri Lanka. In the late 5th century, King Kashyapa of Sri Lanka established his royal capital here, crowning the summit with an elaborated palace adorned with vibrant frescoes. Visitors can immerse themselves in the nearby village, renowned for its fabrics and handicrafts, including batiks, ornamental pots and handloom textiles, the website further informs.
The inaugural journey of the Odyssey Nanuhe train commenced today. A large number of foreign tourists gathered on the occasion. This train journey, popularly known as Odyssey, which travels from Nanuoya to Badulla, commenced today with the patronage of the General Manager of Railways, Dhammika Jayasundara. It will depart Nanuoya at 8:15 a.m. daily, except on Tuesday. The train returns to Nanuoya from Badulla by 1 p.m. General Manager of Railways Dhammika Jayasundara says Odyssey Nanuoya train will travel 6 days per week except on Tuesday. The Tuesday break would allow for maintenance activities. The train will return to Nanuoya again from Badulla, and the tourists will have an opportunity to enjoy the scenic beauty of the journey. Since the train reaches Nanuoya by 5:15 p.m, the passengers will be provided with a daytime opportunity to enjoy the scenic beauty. A reserve ticket in the train will cost 7,000 rupees, while the prices of second and third class is 6,000 rupees and 5,000 rupees respectively. According to the Department of Railways, there is a great demand among foreigners for this train journey. The Odyssey new train will travel slow at waterfalls in the upcountry railway line and would have a stoppage of 6 minutes at the Idalgashin railway station. Steps have also been taken to stop the train for 10 minutes at the Nine Arch Bridge, which enjoys a high tourist attraction.
The Japanese ambassador in Sri Lanka, Akio Izumata, today inspected the first stage progress of the Anuradhapura North Drinking Water Supply Project. The project is being constructed in collaboration with JICA and the Government of Sri Lanka. The Drinking Water Purification Centre is located at Mahakandarava area. The main objective of the project is to provide people with clean drinkable water in the areas where kidney diseases are identified as rampant. Under the first stage of the scheme, drinking water will be provided to nearly 115,600 people in Rambeva and Madhavachya Provincial Secretariat divisions. This includes 2,500 new water supply connections. Japan is spending 5,166 million yen, while Sri Lankan government is contributing 2,789 million rupees. The project also includes a water purification centre, 3 pump houses, water towers, residential quarters and many other features. About 99% of the construction of the project has already been completed. The inspection tour was joined by Anuradhapura District Parliamentarian Susantha Kumara Navaratna, District Secretary Ranjit Vimlasurya and several others.
This project is making very good progress and now started to provide safe and clean water to the local people. I think this is a very important project in terms of servicing the need of the local people. It is a basic human needs to supply clean and safe water, and I understand there are problems of diseases called CKD, but I think this project will help our local people to address this issue in an effective and efficient way. And I also would like to see that this project is being implemented in a very harmonious way with local people, taking also into account the needs and concerns of farmers. I really hope that near future I can come back again and to see the good progress of this project so that we can further consider our assistance to the local people.
Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that the hospital system has to be improved as a place where the patient is cured mentally, not being limited to medicine or a mere health staff service. He made this observation when he joined an inspection tour at the Pimbura Base Hospital, Agalawatta. The minister inspected the hospital laboratory, X-ray unit, pharmacy, dental clinic, ECG unit, maternity unit and surgery and pharmaceutical stores, operation theatre, physiotherapy unit, Mituru Piasa, health education unit and the kitchen. Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa, after inspecting the obstetric and gynecology ward building of the hospital, instructed the officials to immediately renovate it and use it to treat patients since it's in a usable condition which at present lying closed. Medical Superintendent of the Hospital Specialist Consultant Dr. D.A.R.K. Dilrukshi pointed out that it has been planned to operate the blood bank, modern operation theatre and internal pharmacy afresh this year. The minister had a friendly discussion with the hospital committee members and officials after a detailed observation of patient treatment services. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa observed that in improving the hospital system, a patient should be provided with the most essential mental freedom. A hospital is not just a combination of bed, medicines, injections and nursing services. Therefore, in developing all the hospital's attention has to be paid to make use of the beauty of the environment and the features of the architecture to present the patient a place with mental freedom. The aim and expectation is also to improve this hospital system into such an environment in certain hospitals where the environment has been developed gradually and systematically for a long period, it is not possible to start the process again.
Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment says that it expects to draw foreign remittances amounting to $7 billion through foreign employment during this year. The Bureau revealed these facts joining the first program to enlighten the licensed foreign employment agencies on sending workers abroad. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment, Goshala Wickramasinghe, said that the last year's total of registered employment was at 313,000. It is believed the number will increase up to 8 or 12% this year. He said that the Bureau has planned a target of 340,000 employment opportunities this year with the intention of having more financial benefits. General Manager of Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment DDP Sadanayaka said that the target appears rather difficult when compared to last year's. This year's target is not that much remarkably targeted. He said that therefore the Bureau expects the support of all relevant factions. The Bureau expects 25% increase by upgrading the skilled category, and it is expected to make more recruitment to Kuwait as the #1 market. Our second target is the United Arab Emirates and expects to get 55,500 opportunities there. He also said that our aim is to increase the foreign remittances up to $7 billion.
A 6-month Russian language course commenced recently at the National Police Training Institute. 20 police officers have been selected for this course, which will help them to communicate with the Russian tourists who arrive in the island. Various programs have been commenced for the promotion of the ever-increasing tourism sector. This course commenced with the participation of the Russian Embassy and is conducted by the embassy officials. Maria Popova, First Secretary of the Russian Embassy, was the chief guest on this occasion. Chief Administrative Officer of the National Police Academy, SSP Nishanta Chandrasekhara, police officials and the officers of the Russian Embassy also joined this occasion. The course has been conducted in 2 stages previously.
Yes, my name is Maria Popova. I am the head of the Russian Cultural Center in Colombo and the first secretary of the Russian Embassy. This language program is aimed at teaching the basics of the Russian language to the Sri Lankan police officers, which is not for the first time that we are dealing with Sri Lankan police. We know that the tourism from Russia is highly blooming and a lot of people are coming from my country to Sri Lanka every single day. So I think it's learning the basics of the Russian language would be very, very helpful for the police officers in their everyday work when dealing with the Russian tourists. It will help them understand each other better and of course it's just a good enrichment for their lives. I think for 6 months, usually we do it for 6 months. We did a similar course in the police academy in Gaul.
Special thanks to Russian embassy because this is the training program of the language training. They are providing a lot of training programs to Sri Lanka police as well as the Sri Lankan officials. Then this occasion so valuable because as law enforcement officers they should have good understanding about the foreigners as well as their language and how to communicate with these people.
Here's a few more local news items in brief. The railway safety gate built at the Hatton Nursing Quarters road level crossing was declared open yesterday under the patronage of Railway General Manager Dhammika Jayasundara. A sum of 2 million rupees has been spent for this project. Uvaparnagam Medical Health Office has stated a program to provide antibiotics to farmers to prevent the spread of the rat fever disease. Farmers are also enlightened on the prevention of rat fever. A program was held to provide aid to 1,000 families who were affected by floods in the northern province. It was held yesterday under the patronage of Chinese Ambassador of Sri Lanka. Affected farmers in Vaunia, Kilinochchi and Mullaitivu districts were benefited. A meeting between US Ambassador Julie Chung and Minister Andra Tilaka was held today. They focused attention on the housing problems of the low-income families. They also focused attention on developing the infrastructure facilities in estate workers. Proposals of taxes charged for the equipment used by disabled community were presented to the Minister of Finance today by Parliamentarian Sugat Basanta De Silva. A discussion was held under the patronage of Deputy Minister of Finance Dr. Harshana Surya Perumal. The Colombo Air Force Dialogue 2025, which was organised by the Sri Lanka Air Force for the 7th time, was held at the BMICH premises today under the patronage of Air Force Commander Air Marshal Bandhu Edurisinga. Representatives from Air Force in many countries and many intellectuals were present at this expert summit. People in the Uvaparnagam area warmly welcomed a group of foreigners who run along the Badula Pico Trail. Foreign tourists are highly attracted in enjoying this route, which runs through the beauty of the highlands. The trail stretches about 320 kilometers and it has 22 resting places. The first resting place of the foreigners is Lunuwatta town in Uvaparnagam. The newly renovated ladies' room of the Colombo Fort Railway Station was declared open today. A Shramadana campaign was held at the Katugahahena hospital premises in Kalutara. Staff of the hospital, doctors and all graduates of the Sri Javahadrapura University have organised it. The art fair and the exhibition organised by the Pinnavala Arts Foundation commenced yesterday at the Pinnavala Elephant Conservatory under the patronage of Minister of Environment Dr. Dhammika Paddy. The exhibition concludes on the 16th of this month and this has been organised in line with the 50th anniversary of the Pinnavala Elephant Orphanage.
The Sri Lanka Institute of Development Administration conducted their research symposium recently at the Sung in the Hall premises. SLIDA is the prominent provider of training in Sri Lanka in the government sector. The theme of this year's symposium has been the resilience in government administration and innovation, accepting challenges and embracing changes for Sri Lanka. This theme emphasizes the adaptability in administration along with creativity. The latest volume of the magazine by SLIDA, which is a major educational publication of the institution, was also launched on this occasion. Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration S. Aloka Bandara, Secretary to the Ministry of Plantation Prabhat Chandrasiri, Director General of SLIDA K.V. Jayadhara, and President of SLIDA Research Symposium Board Professor W. Indralal De Silva, along with others, graced this occasion.
Thank you, Dr. Singha, for your contribution.
Deputy Minister Nama Karnaratne says that the government has fixed a price more than 30% of the production cost for paddy harvest. At a press briefing held yesterday, he said this is a victory for the farming community. Deputy Minister Nama Kanaratna said that as the agrarian conference right from the beginning, they carried a slogan to add 30% of the production cost per kilo in purchasing paddy harvest. This is not solely decided by the farm organizations. He said that it was decided following the determinants of the Agriculture Ministry and the department. Farm organizations also carried forward this slogan. He added that accordingly production cost for white paddy is 91 rupees and the amount has now increased up to 120 rupees. If we consider it under the 30% basis, the amount is 117 rupees and 70 cents per kilo. It has been made to 120 rupees by adding another 2 rupees and 30 cents. He further said the production cost of red paddy variety is 76 rupees now and it has made to 120 rupees by providing 44 rupees net profit to farmers who cultivated Samba and Kiri Samba varieties also have this benefit. Foreign news on the other side of this break.
President Donald Trump has stated that he will announce a 25% import tax on all steel and aluminium entering the United States.
The authorities stated that Canada will have the biggest impact due to this move. US President also stated that there would be an announcement later in the week about reciprocal tariff on all countries that tax imports from the United States, but he did not specify which nation would be targeted or if there would be any exemptions. Meanwhile, the tariff implemented for China's imports taxes on some American goods came into effect today. Furthermore, Donald Trump has planned to impose 25% tariff on all Canadian and Mexican goods.
Prima Kottumi, Fantamai.
The Sri Lanka team participating in the ODI series with Australia has been announced today.
The team will be captained by Charit Asalanka, including 16 players. Along with Charit Asalanka, Pathum Nisanka, Avishka Fernando, Kusal Mendes, Kamindu Mendes, Janet Lianage, Nishan Madhushanka and Nuanidu Fernando have been recalled as batsmen. Wanidu Hasranga, Mahish Dikshana, Dunit Villanaga and Jeffrey Van der Sey are the spinners in the team. The pace department has been strengthened with the inclusion of Asita Fernando, Lahiru Kumara, Mohammad Shiraz and Eshan Malinga. The first match of the two-match series is scheduled to be played on Wednesday, while the second will be played on the 14th of February. Both matches will be played at R. Premadasa Cricket Stadium in Colombo as day and night matches.
In the weekend matches played in the Inter-Club League Rugby Tournament, Air Force, CH and FC, Kandy and Police teams recorded victories. The tournament is being organised by Sri Lanka Rugby Association. The game between Air Force and the Army teams was played at Panagoda Army grounds. The first half ended with the Air Force leading 15 points to 12. After the completion of stipulated time, the score was 27 points to 19 and Air Force team won the match. They scored their points in 2 goals, 2 tries and 1 penalty stroke. CHNFC and Navy teams clashed in their match at the racecourse grounds. At the end of the first half, CHNFC team was ahead with 29 points to 7. They won the match with a score of 69 points to 24. The winning team has scored their points with 7 goals and 5 tries. The match between Kandy and CRNFC teams was played at the CRNFC grounds. The Kandy players were ahead with 15 points to 7 by the end of the first half. They won the match with a margin of 32 points to 10. The Kandy team scored their points via 2 goals, 3 tries and 1 penalty stroke. Ratmalana Air Force Grounds hosted the match between police and Sri Lions teams. The first half ended with the police team leading 7 points to 5. Ultimately, the police team recorded victory with 28 points to 10 scored through 4 goals.
Prima Kottumi. Fanta.
Wraps up today's news. I'm Sunal alongside Kasumi. Have a very good night.
Good night.